Hey there guys, if you're here on my channel, there's a likelihood that you know about the popular video game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's, released by Scott Cawthon. Now everybody knows that Circus Baby, she's fairly large, but not a lot of people know how large she is. And Circus Baby, she's pretty tall. Yeah. So to measure her, we're going to be using this picture from FNAF 2 of Bonnie walking out of a doorway. Now, the doorway, an average doorway, is around 7 feet tall, and so Bonnie, he's looking a little bit bigger than the doorway, but he's also closer to us, so the depth perception kind of throws it off. But we can assume he's roughly 7 feet. Here's Bonnie, and here's Shaquille O'Neal. So if we go to the VR gallery, we can take a look at almost every animatronic from that game. So here's Bonnie, and here's Circus Baby. Yeah, she's a big girl, and we can actually use this process to determine the heights of almost every other character in that game. You can look at this little chart if you want. I'm too lazy to measure each one of them out, but if you want to. But considering that Bonnie is 7 feet tall, we can then determine that Baby comes in at a whopping 10.5 feet. That's pretty incredible. Yeah. Here's the average man, and here's Baby. Here's Shaquille O'Neal. Here's Baby. Here's the tallest man to ever live, and here's Baby. Here's a fucking car, an elephant, and a goddamn school bus, and here's Baby. Now obviously, considering her various functions, this enormous height was expected, just probably not to that extent, you know? Now let's move on to some of her various features. Her microphone is roughly half the size of an adult man, and her big stompin' jester boots, they are over a foot tall. Her head is 3 feet tall, and her nose is 4 inches. For context, here's her nose next to a tennis ball. Here's her nose next to a squirrel. Oh shit, that looks very suggestive. Her nose looks like a penis. Yeah, gee. So next up, I did some very general math, estimating how much metal and steel wiring Baby's made out of, and she comes in around 870 pounds. That's almost half a ton. Now, I'm sure we're all wondering, how big is the storage facility? Well, I have not the mathematical capability or the time to do that. I tried measuring one room, and that took all of like 30 minutes, and there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 rooms within the entire facility. I did take the time to determine how far underground it is. In the Enter Dark Mode level from FNAF VR, the elevator that we go down, I measured how fast the elevator goes down and how much it moves per second. Using Fredbear's head, I figured that the elevator moves at approximately 1 foot down per second, and we're in the elevator for about 100 seconds, so that means that the facility is about 100 feet underground. So for context, here's a little visual to show you what that looks like. Next up, we'll go on to Circus Baby's speed. So if we look at the third level of Night Terrors in VR, we can see that Baby moves around, and I took a 1 second clip, then I measured, based on Baby's height, about how far she moves within that second. And she moves about 6 feet in a second, which equals 4.09 miles per hour. And I know that doesn't sound very fast. It's not. It's probably about the average person's like light jog speed. But considering that she's 870 pounds and that animatronics can't even move in real life, I'd say she's going pretty fast. The average human goes around 8.5 miles per hour. So, you know, as long as she's not blocking the door, then you should be fine. Circus Baby is a lot of things. She's a killer, the daughter of William Afton. She doesn't care about other people, and she's willing to take out her own brother and then use his body to turn him into an immortal purple man. She's very dangerous and evil. But she is not a small girl. She's a big girl. And for one final spectacle, here is Circus Baby next to a bunch of various objects. Thanks for watching.